Well, I'd venture to say that today was actually a really entertaining race, and that's the kind of racing that short tracks like Martinsville deliver us. Hello, William Crossland here, back again with another race review. Today, we're going to talk about Martinsville Speedway and the STP 500. Clint Boyer was your winner, and he broke a 190 winless streak. The last time Clint Boyer won was in 2012 at Charlotte in October. So really great job for that team, and it's definitely going to give Clint Boyer a boost of confidence. And in my 10th pick, I do believe, on my prediction list, I did predict that Clint Boyer would make the round of 8 by some sheer miracle this year. And so far, my prediction's looking kind of good. So let's get into the race analysis. Going into stage 1, there was a competition caution at lap 52. That's really the only kind of cautions we saw today. Not really any cautions at all to talk about, which is strange for Martinsville. It's usually all bumping and banging and people getting twisted over, but relatively clean race as far as Martinsville is concerned. After this competition caution, Hamlin was the first one off of pit road, and that would do well for him in this stage. AJ Allmendinger stayed up in the top 10. Road ringer Allmendinger seems to be really good at Martinsville, and that must be because the corners at Martinsville are a lot like road course caliber corners like we see at Sonoma or Watkins Glen, where you really have to get on the brake, which is where AJ Allmendinger's last win was. He's another one of those drivers with a really long winless streak. Last time he won was at Watkins Glen. Bubba Wallace had a really terrible day. Not really his fault, I guess. It just had a flat in stage 1, and that was basically the end of his day. He did keep running though, but they had to take it to the garage and reset the sway bar or something like that. So he came out and was 3 or 4 laps down the rest of the race. Now, the last lap of stage 1, there was contact with the number 51 of Harrison Rhodes, but luckily he was able to stay out of the way. So that was one of those cautions that should have been a wreck caution, but just ended up being clean as he was able to stay out of the way in turn 2. Now, Denny Hamlin would be your winner of stage 1. Going into stage 2, Ryan Blaney won the race off pit road, so getting into green flag racing, he was able to pull up front. He took advantage and grabbed the lead there. Now, Truex started to have problems, and AJ Allmendinger saw that he was going slow and decided to nudge him out of the way. And whenever I saw Ryan Blaney dominating stage 2, I started getting a little worried as a Ryan Blaney fan, because the last time that Ryan Blaney dominated stage 2 was at Daytona, and that didn't end so well. Clint Boyer, my favorite driver back in 2010, whenever he drove the number 33 car, if you do recall, for Richard Childress Racing, worked his way to second place and started to close up that gap with Blaney, who was riding in first. And that really surprised me. I did not see Boyer coming up to the front anytime soon, but I was more focused on Allmendinger's staying in the top 10. Johnson and Menard battled to stay inside the top 10 at the end of stage 2, because if you're in 10th place at the end of a stage, you get that one stage point, which is, in the end, you want to get as many of those as you can get, whether you're in first or 10th. Each one of them, 1 through 10, is still valuable points to have. And you may have noticed the camera guy at the end of stage 2 was focused on the train, because there's a railroad that runs in the background of the backstretch at Martinsville. And I was like, "What the heck, cameraman? What are you doing? You're focused on the train. Get back to the race." It was funny, and I'm sure the cameraman was probably yelled at once they went to commercial break. That seemed like a no-no. So at the end of stage 2, Ryan Blaney would be your stage winner. Jimmy Johnson would get his P10 spot away from Paul Menard, giving him 1 stage point. And now going into the final stage, Matt DiBenedetto gets a left front tire rub from Chase Elliott, and he's forced to pit. Luckily, no caution. Just a lot of lucky no cautions. I thought at least there would be some kind of oil leak or something that NASCAR would just say, "Oh, there's oil on the track, caution." No, didn't happen. Clint Boyer finally took the lap away from Ryan Blaney at the end of lap 286. Logano had some contact with Johnson out of 4 and allowed Almirola to get inside the top 10. Eric Almirola had a really good run today. Clint Boyer needed a saving angel in the final stage, because he was running out of fuel, basically, and going green for so long is still uncommon at Martinsville, but going green for so long, it was only a matter of time before he would have to come into pit, and you do not want to go in to pit under green flag conditions at Martinsville because you will easily go down 2 laps. So they were hoping for a miracle, hoping something would happen to get them a caution so they could go in and get 4 tires and fuel and make it to the end. And luckily, Jamie McMurray was their saving grace. He took a flip, not a flip, he took a spin out of turn 2, or into turn 2 rather, and that brought out the caution. And who else would turn Jamie McMurray but the maestro of dumping people himself from Daytona, Austin Dillon. Clint Boyer had the chance to go to pit road under caution conditions, and he was able to be the first off a pit road. So congratulations to Clint Boyer's pit crew team there, getting the job done and getting it done where it counts the most in the last major pit stop. And back to green, Boyer maintained the lead. And that was pretty much it. With 45 laps to go, Trevor Bayne was smoking after a wheel hop into the wall. Luckily, they were able to stay green. Again, I was surprised they didn't go into a caution or just throw a yellow on him, because usually when you see that much smoke and the driver stays out on the track, it usually results in a yellow flag condition, but the NASCAR kept us going green. And finally, Clint Boyer was able to hold off Kyle Busch. I was holding my breath, hoping that Kyle Busch would have enough lap down cars between him and Clint Boyer so he would not be able to catch up with him. And luckily that was the case. There was a moment whenever all the lap cars were out of the way and there was nothing between Clint Boyer but the free wind and Kyle Busch, and that did not look good. And as the laps wound down, I gripped my teeth, held on to my breath, but Clint Boyer was able to get it done today at Martinsville. So congratulations to Clint Boyer. That was a 190 race winless streak. Last time he won was 2012 at Charlotte in October. Probably driving for Michael Waltrip Racing, 15 5-hour energy car. So great positive things happening today for Clint Boyer, and this is a small bit of momentum that he needs to get that 14 team at Stewart-Haas back into competitive conditions. I really had a lot of fun with this race today. I will be honest, I did not get bored as much as I do it with watching the other races. I watched it through its entirety. The only time I really got bored was in the second stage whenever Ryan Blaney was leading. It was kind of like Daytona, where they were just following each other around and not much was going on. Not many side-by-side battles. But overall, this was really the best race so far this year, which is to be expected. NASCAR, we need more short tracks. Bring back Fairground Speedway. Martinsville is a great place to be. I can't wait till we go to Bristol. After Texas, we'll have a break here next week as Easter weekend, so the drivers get a week off, and then we'll head to Texas. And then after that, Bristol, and after that, Richmond. So I'm excited for those. I just want to take this time to promote my Twitter account. I do have a William Crossland Twitter account. I do put it in the description of every video, but I want to say it on the video this time. Go ahead, if you are on Twitter, I'm on there almost daily, especially around race day. So if you want to hear my input throughout the race and before and after and everywhere in between, just go into that description and follow me on Twitter, and I will try not to disappoint you with my strange opinions and facts. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to give this video a like, and hey, why not follow me all season long? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Until next time, this is William Crossland. Thanks for listening.